Alright, here's my final thoughts on Survivor Series, and we're gonna do this in one take because I'm exhausted. It's like 12:38 at night. It's time for bed. I've been streaming for the last 7 hours, so we're just gonna make this short and sweet. Overall, Survivor Series was fantastic. Alright, legitimately. It was mostly the women's War Games match and the men's War Games match that made it as good as it was, and of course, the return of Punk and Randy Orton. And R-Truth, let's not forget that. It was just a wild night, but I truly believe that women's War Games match was one of, if not the best War Games match I have ever seen. Like, those ladies killed it. They crushed it. Start to finish, it was fantastic. In my opinion, it was match of the night. Women's War Games was just unbelievable. The fact that Io Sky continues to use the trash can, bringing it up with that chain, and then jumping off the top of the cage with the trash can. The moonsault from Charlotte Flair during that match. The hug between Flair and Becky. Shotzi looked really good in that match as well. Like, kudos to everybody involved. It was a really well done matchup. Now I'm going to kind of struggle because I can't remember the order of the matches that ended up happening. I'm going to actually have to go to WWE.com to figure out what the order of these matches were. But after that, it was, what was it? Santos Escobar, right? Or am I messing up? I should have cut this, but oh well, one take. I think it was, yeah, there it is. Okay, there we go. We're all good now. Gunther versus Miz. Not the best match I have ever seen from Gunther. In fact, I would probably rate it one of his lower ones, like for pay-per-views at least. I would say the stuff with Sheamus tops this. The stuff with Chad Gable tops this. The stuff with Ricochet tops this. Like, it was just an okay match. Like, nothing wrong from it. The Miz was fine. You know, Miz was good. He looked solid in the match. I just feel like the Miz doesn't work the style that Gunther needs somebody to work to have just an absolute banger of a match against. Either way, though, it was fine. Gunther picked up the win. In the end, defends his Intercontinental title, and now you can arguably say that Gunther's the greatest IC champion of all time. Then we went into Santos Escobar versus Dragon Lee. This was originally supposed to be Carlito versus Santos Escobar, but Santos took out Carlito. Good match. I was expecting more, if I'm being honest. I thought that these two were going to tear the house down, get like 20 minutes in the ring, and just go nuts. But it was more so just it was, I don't want to say squash, but it was like, it was just about a squash for Santos Escobar. He really, truly beat down Dragon Lee, and you know, it's a win for Santos, which is the right call at this point in his career, because I like what Santos is doing. I really do. We then went on to Rhea Ripley versus Zoe Stark. This match I really liked. Really solid showing for Zoe Stark. It was exactly what it needed to be. Helped elevate Zoe to that next level while keeping Rhea on top. Exactly what we needed. Great match between Zoe and Rhea. And then the main event. It's just, the men's War Games match was just bonkers. The storytelling was there, start to finish. Like, this one wasn't so much about the spots as it was the story. And the story was, do the baby faces have a fifth member? Does Randy Orton return? And by the end of it, we almost didn't get him coming back. Almost. There was almost a Money in the Bank cash-in. Like, Rhea Ripley comes running down to the ring when it's supposed to be Randy Orton's entrance. Was about to cash in the Money in the Bank briefcase for Priest after Rollins was just put through a table. It looks like we're about to get a new world champion, and then I hear voices in my head. That's right, Randy Orton makes his return to WWE, which was great. It was excellent. I popped so hard. I didn't realize how much I missed Randy Orton until he was gone. So, loved it. Great having Randy Orton back. And in the end, he hit a crazy RKO. Like, crazy. Of course he did. RKOs, like, that's his signature thing, man. So, of course, he's going to hit a wild one in his return. JD McDonough tossed off the top of the cage into an RKO. 1, 2, 3. Babyfaces walk out with the win. And then we lost our minds, all right? The internet, the IWC, WWE fans, everybody lost their freaking minds because the impossible happened. Hell froze over. It is a cold-ass day in hell right now as CM Punk is back in the WWE. Hey. What? CM Punk returned at the end of Survivor Series. Triple H even threw that little tiny logo. He did the same thing that he did back in the day when Ciampa turned on Gargano. He threw that watermark up. He threw us all off, zoomed out, and then Cult of Personality hits. And, I mean, the rest is history. CM Punk is back in WWE. I want to know your guys' thoughts on this show. I want to know your thoughts on the entire Survivor Series event. What was your favorite match of the night? Are you happy Punk is back? Are you happy Randy is back? Are you happy R-Truth is back? There's so many things to be happy about. I'm thrilled. I know people are going to be, they might not love Punk coming back, but at the end of the day, it's CM Punk, and he's going to draw massive amounts of viewers, eyes, money, you name it. CM Punk back in WWE is definitely what's best for business. But let me know your thoughts on the show. What a wild night, man.